Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to look at CMAT form filling guidelines. So the registration process has started and will continue till 17th November. They haven't announced the test date as of now, and it is something that will be announced at a later point of time. But the registrations are open, and considering what happened last year, the test was conducted in the month of Jan. So mostly it will be conducted in Jan this year as well. So let's see how that goes. But for now, the registration is on, so you can begin the registration process and fill your form before 17th November. So let's start with the form filling guidelines. Now we'll talk about the important dates first. So as you can see on screen, the registration will continue till 17th November. You can make the payment till 18th November, but again, why wait for one more day? You can of course finish it on the 17th November itself. Correction, if there are any, in case you want to make any changes to the form, you will be able to do that on the 20th and 21st. But we strongly recommend that you don't wait for that to happen. Make sure that when you fill the application form, you don't make any mistakes. The announcement of test city, admit card download and the test date will be announced at a later point of time. Regarding the duration, there hasn't been a change. So in the official document also, they have given that the format of the test is going to be exactly the same. So 180 minutes, 100 questions, 5 sections, the exact format will continue. No changes on that front. Regarding the application fee that you will have to pay, so for male candidates it is 2,500 if you are general, and for other categories it is 1,250. If you are a female it is 1,250 if you are a general, and even if you are a reserved candidate, then again it is going to be 1,250 for you. Okay, so that is the application fee that you will have to pay. Now let's start the application process. So this is the link from where you have to start the process, and we'll also give you a link in the description so you can start from there as well. Now on this page, you will see three main options. The first is there are steps to apply online. At the bottom of this, you will see a document. You can go through it. It's a very long document, but there aren't any major things there. If you want, you can always go through it. The second is if you want to create your account. So that's the option where you will begin. And the third is once you have created your account, which is for the already registered candidate. So once you have created your account, this is the third option through which you will do your subsequent logins. Okay. So we're going to start here, which is the middle one, that we're creating account for the very first time. Now, once you click on this, there are a lot of instructions that you will see. I have not put those instructions here. Just the main part which is relevant for discussion here is what I have put here. But I would suggest that you go through all the instructions that are mentioned on that particular page. So it will show you that there are three things: registration, the application form, and the fee payment. These are broadly the three steps that you need to complete. Now the important thing here is you set the password, and there are some specifications that they have given when it comes to password, otherwise it will not accept it. So that is something that you need to follow. Apart from that, make sure that you download the information bulletin, because you also have to put a tick there that I have downloaded the bulletin and I have gone through it, and so on and so forth. Once you are done, you can click on proceed. Now, once you proceed, you start creating your account. Now, to create your account, you need to give some data, and we begin with the name of the candidate. They have clearly mentioned that it has to be something which appears. So please fill details as printed on class 10th certificate or mark sheet. So the way it is written there, you have to mention it in exactly the same manner. Then you have question on father or guardian's name. Mother or guardian's name can be entered, post which date of birth and gender needs to be entered. After that, you have a question on the present address. So you have to fill the address, premises number, locality, country, state, district, pin code, all of that. Pretty standard thing, so nothing complicated there. Just fill it and you can move forward. Then it will ask you for your email address. So enter the email address, you have to put it again to confirm it. Same is true for the mobile number. So both email ID and mobile number have to be re-entered. And make sure that you don't change the email ID or the mobile number throughout the application process, so that you don't miss out on any updates. Then if you have any alternate contact number, you can provide it, but it is optional. Then we have the choose password. So as I said, there are some specifications for the password. Make sure that you follow it, and then you can enter it. Some 8 to 13 characters, and it has to have one special character, one capital letter, one number, things like that. So just follow it. Post that, you have to also enter the select the security question. So there are some questions in this drop down. You can select any one of the security question. Whatever answer you give, make sure that you note it down somewhere, because just in case you forget your password, etc., to retrieve that you might need it. So that is why security question and answer to that and the password that you set just make a note of it somewhere. Okay. Once you're done, on every page, pretty much every page, you will see a Captcha verification. That is what you'll have to complete, and then you can move forward. Now on this page, it will also ask you to confirm or rather verify all the details that you have entered. So what you need to do is go through all the details that you have mentioned so far, and then individually you will have to click on that. Okay, I've checked my name, my father's name, mother's name, guardian's name, gender, address, mobile number, and all of this. And once you're finally done with it, you click on I agree, and then you move forward. If you see any mistake that has happened on that page, you can go back to editing registration form. Now, once you have completed this step, it will show you a message. First, you will get an SMS in which you will have the application number that gets generated. So, using that and the password that you have set, you will be able to log in back to the portal. Now, once you log into the portal, on the left hand side, you will see all the steps that you need to complete. Now, in this, the first thing that you need to complete is the application form, because the registration form is already done, the form that we just filled. The details that got captured, some of it will get auto-populated in the application form. Now we'll start with application form. It will also show you your application number, your name, and the application number again at the top. So this is how the entire status looks. So right now we have only completed the contact details. All the other details are remaining. So we start with the next section, which is personal details. Now when it comes to personal details, firstly, all of these things will get populated because you entered it in the beginning. And then it will ask you questions related to nationality, state, then category, and you have to confirm the category. Now, in case you belong to, if you're a PWD candidate, right? So they have given, if you're a PWD candidate, do you have benchmark disability? There is a drop down, and on that drop down, if you select yes, then there are follow-up questions. So it will say that what is the type of disability, what is the percentage, then type of disability, you will have to enter this whether you need a scribe or not, that you are going to arrange a scribe or you want NTA to arrange a scribe for you, right? So you'll have to select that, and then percentage of disability is something that you'll have to mention. If you're not a PWD candidate, you don't have to do anything, you just select no, and then there are no follow-up questions. Post that, there's a question, are you diabetic? Okay, now why is that question asked? So when they introduced that question for the very first time in the form a couple of years back, I was wondering why that question has been asked, but they have given a clarification that if you're a diabetic candidate, then you can carry sugar tablets, fruits like banana, apple, oranges, etc. with you in the actual test venue, right? So that is an additional thing that is there if you're a diabetic candidate. Okay. Then annual family income is what you will have to enter, and post that. So there's a drop down there for the family income. You can select the range that is applicable to you, and then you can proceed. In the next part, you have to select the identity proof that you are going to upload. So these are the options that are available with you. So Aadhaar, DigiLocker, passport number, PAN card, voter ID, and whatever. So if you want, you can also give something else, right? So if you have any other which is valid photo ID, you can upload that. For example, if you want to upload, say, a driving license, then you can do that as well. Then again, on every page, as I mentioned, there's a CAPTCHA that you need to complete, and then you can move forward. Now, the next section is about selecting the preferences for the test city, right? So here, firstly, what are you applying for? There's only one option, which is CMAT. We are filling CMAT form. And then there are 4 city preferences that you can give. So you can select the state and the city. Now, the problem is, even if you select a particular city, it still shows you in the second drop down, though that's not really a big concern as such. Ideally, it should have been the case that once you select a particular city here, then it vanishes from this particular drop down. But anyway, that's not a problem. You can select 4 different preferences that you need to give. Once you're done with this, they have asked some other questions related to your father and mother's educational qualification and the occupation that they have. So you can give that information. There's a drop down that is available, and once you're done, you move forward. Now in the next section, which is the academic details section, we have 10th, 12th and graduation data that you need to give. So in 10th, these are the questions that you have. Firstly, they ask you whether you have passed or not. Obviously for 10th and 12th, it will be passed. So select passed, then year of passing, the name of the exam, which is 10th or equivalent here, then the name of the board, then whether it is percentage or CGPA, and then you enter total marks and obtained marks, and it auto calculates what is the percentage that you have. Now, some of you may be thinking whether I should follow whatever conversion that I have for the university or board. You can definitely do that. But in that case, understand that because this is getting auto calculated, you will have to modify the total marks and the obtained marks as well for that figure to get correct, right? So you can do that because see, through CMAT, whatever institutes accept the CMAT score, right, they will have their individual forms. So this is just a test form. Even if some issue happens because of which, let's say you have entered some data and maybe that data needs to be that data you don't have exactly proof for, let's say the conversion, right, you will still be able to give it to the institute where you're going to apply via the CMAT score. So it should not be a very big concern, but I would suggest that you follow the procedure that is given by your university or board to convert, let's say, your grades or your CGPA into percentage. Okay. For 12th, you have exactly the same set of questions. So I'm not going to share it again, but once you fill 10th and 12th, we move to the graduation. Now 12th, again, as I said, the exact same questions. Total marks, obtained marks, once you enter, the marks will get, the percentage will get auto calculated. For graduation, there are again, main thing that you need to answer is whether you are appearing or whether you have completed your graduation. Once you select appearing, 2026 is the only thing that will be visible. You can't select any other year. Then the name of the examination, the board, and whatever the result mode, right? Now, because I'm appearing, this does not appear. If I say I've appeared for the test, appeared for my exams, then it will ask me whether it is percentage or CGPA, and then pretty much the same thing, which is total marks, obtained marks, and percentage. Okay. That brings us to the next section, which is the document upload. So there are only two documents that you need to upload, which is photograph and your signature, right? So here the file size has to be between 10 to 200. So it's not like it has to be less than 25, less than 50, etc. Typically that is how it is for other tests. Here it says minimum 10 and maximum 200, right? So you may have to use something like a pickresize.com to reduce the size so that it fits into that 10 to 200 limit. For signature, it is between 10 to 50. Once you upload the file, you can also preview it. So I would suggest that you preview the file that you just uploaded to ensure that it is in the right orientation. Okay. Once you're done, so now it says please review the following information before final submit, because then after that you will not be able to change it. So at this stage, go through the entire form again and make sure that you have entered the right information. So these are all the details that you will have to check. So again, very similar to what you did when you're creating the account. Individually go through the data points that you have given, and once you're done, you can click on I agree and then submit. Now at this stage, you haven't made the payment yet, right? So it will show you that you have submitted the application form, etc., but it will be considered only after you have completed or paid the application fee. Okay. So here it says your email ID yet to be verified. So you need to verify two things, your mobile number and your email ID. Your mobile number gets verified because that is where they have sent an SMS, so that is already verified. But email ID needs to be verified separately. Now this is where I particularly had a struggle. So I was trying to do the process and it took a lot of time. In fact, I have still not verified my email yet because I could not get the OTP. So there could be a lag. They have given that it might take 15 minutes, etc. So you might have to be patient because the platforms or their website seemed a little buggy, slow at times. It was crashing occasionally. So you might have to be a bit patient. In your case, that may or may not happen. But again, if it happens, just wait for some time, try again the next day, etc. So give it some time. But you have to verify your email ID as well. Otherwise, you will not be able to proceed to the payment section. So it will show you a registered email ID. You enter this CAPTCHA or whatever CAPTCHA that will be visible to you, and then you get an OTP, right? You get an OTP, you put that OTP and it gets verified. And after this is done, the only thing that remains is making the payment. Okay, so that is a page that unfortunately I could not get because I am yet to verify my email ID. Now, once you're done, of course, after the payment process is done, you have completed your entire application. You can download the application form post that, and I would definitely recommend you to do that. Now, the question that you may have is who is the right audience for CMAT, who should be taking the CMAT? Okay, so CMAT, first of all, is a test which is accepted by a lot of private B schools. So if you're somebody who is, let's say, preparing for the CAT and you're not very sure what is going to happen with the CAT, you want to create more opportunities in the form of private B schools, and there are hundreds of B schools in India who accept the CMAT score. So if you want to do that, definitely consider CMAT as a test. The second set of students who should be taking the CMAT is students who are interested in the MMS program through the, whether it is through the Maharashtra MBA CET route or through the centralized admission process route, which has a component where somebody who has not appeared for Maharashtra MBA CET can also participate through an all India test score for which CMAT is considered. So you could be somebody who is from Maharashtra or you're a non-Maharashtra candidate, doesn't really matter. If you want to target institutes such as, let's say, JBIMS or Sydenham or Wellinger or anything that participates in the centralized admission form, in that case, you should consider CMAT. And again, I'm repeating, whether you're a Maharashtra candidate or not a Maharashtra candidate, you can take CMAT and apply for the all India seats that are there in these institutes. The third set of students is, of course, students who are already enrolled with us or with other institutes for the CET CMAT specific programs, right? Because this is something that will really help you to create more options. And finally, just to create backups, right? So if you're somebody who is thinking that, okay, I'm taking CAT, SNAP, NMAT, etc., I want to create a couple of backup options. In that case, you should take CMAT and apply to some of the B schools. Now, which B schools take the CMAT and what are their cutoffs? This information is available on the B school zone. So I would suggest that all of you check out the B school zone that we have created, wherein you will be able to find this information. So the link is here. We'll also give it in the description so you can check it out from there. Okay. So that's it. We have covered the entire video for the CMAT form filling. So in case you have any queries, you can let me know through the comment section. I hope this has helped you. Wish all of you all the best. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do it right away. Okay. All the best to all of you and bye.